Now that you see me light paint with the flash, I'm going to show you how I handle things when the light starts coming down for us. So the sun is now coming down. We now have a darker ambient exposure. Once these lights go off, this place is absolutely pitch dark. Now, in contrast to flash photography, where we need to use it when the ambient light is quite bright and we need to overpower it, with constant light source, we can actually drag the exposure and therefore we can have cleaner highlights. It gives us more control and precision over the lighting around the car. However, you can only do this once it's dark enough, and that's why we've waited until this time of the night to start doing the light painting tutorial with the constant light source. Now I'm going to be using the exact same light as I used before, the Broncolor Cirrus L, but instead of using the flash setting, I'm going to be using the modeling light. Now for this shot, we are super lucky to have the Ford GT supercar to demonstrate this session. Now, I'm going to be shooting this car from up high. The reason being is because supercars look best from up high, in my opinion. I feel that even though people generally like to see exotics from a lower angle, I feel that all the supercar lines, all the scoops, all the aero is more clearly visible from up above. And so I'm going to show you a more unique angle, and I'm going to climb up on the rooftop. So I'm extracting as much as I can out of this location as possible. Now this does look like a standard warehouse, but there is this very steep set of stairs that takes us up on the rooftop, and along the rooftop there's some semi-open windows, and I'm basically going to crawl myself through the window and get myself a really high angle looking down and have a more voyeuristic perspective of this supercar. Okay, so I've got myself up here in a position where I've got a very tall but voyeuristic view. I've got some foreground here of the rooftop beams, which contrasts against the smooth lines and the punchy colors of the car. So this is all intentional, and this is the reason why I've gone through a great deal of effort to get myself in this angle, wedged between the roof beam and the glass windows. Now I can see this perfect angle of the car, and I'm not quite sure what my camera settings will be. That'll be dependent on the power of the modeling lights. Because we're shooting in the dark, because I have the luxury of using long exposures, I can adjust my camera settings based on what the lights are doing. So we're going to kill the warehouse lights, and we're going to turn on the modeling light. Actually, it might be dark enough, so just hang there, okay? All right, modeling lights on, please, Tomas. Now I want you to do a complete circle around the car for me. I'm going to give you 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Now you're going to do a full lap. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Okay, now this time what I'm going to get you to do is I'm going to tell you to speed up and then slow down. Okay? All right, 3, 2, 1, go. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. Okay, speed up, double the speed, double the speed, double the speed, and slow down. Okay, stop. Okay, I want a bit more of a wider frame. So would you be able to go, turn the modeling light on now. Okay, can you go even further away from the car? Actually, point the modeling light down a little bit, because I just want to give the light a more wider spread, a wider angle. more coverage. Okay, I've changed it to F14. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, this section speed up. Okay, slow down. Keep going, don't stop. Okay, stop and just reset. Okay, that's much better. That gives us a more even overall coverage of the whole environment. Now we're just going to refine that a little bit more again. So Tomas, I'd like you to raise the light higher. Okay. So raise it, say, another 3 feet. Yeah. So as we raise the light, we effectively get more detail in the middle of the roof line of the car, which is missing a little bit of light. So we need to raise the light a little bit higher. And I'm controlling how much light hits the car based on the speed in which he's moving around the car. And that's why I get Tomas to slow down and to speed up in certain areas. There's a number of ways of doing that. I can put an ND in front of the lens rather than speeding him up or slowing him down. But I figured because he's on rollers, it's much easier to control it this way. I've also got him to do a larger, wider arc and further away from the car so that we can actually see an overall lighting around the entire environment rather than just this pool of light surrounding the car directly. All right, Tomas, you ready to go? Turn it on. Now I'm going to start you going fast from there, okay? 30 seconds again. Yeah. Have you already raised the light? Have you already raised the light? Okay, ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, slow down, slow. That's it, just maintain that nice slow pace. And when I tell you to, I want you to start backtracking. So keep going. And backtrack. So go now in reverse. So go anti-clockwise, Tomas. Okay, stop and relax. Okay, beautiful. That looks really nice. Now we're really starting to get more of the details, not just on the side of the car, but also on the middle and on the rooftop. Now I can blend the exposures. I can use the exposures where the side of the car looked best and mix it with exposures where the top of the car looks best. So Tomas, I'm going to get you to repeat that again, but I'm going to have you move the light even higher now. Yeah, even higher. Raise it by 4 feet. I need to have more light on the roof line. The roof line could still do with more punchy light. The gloss of the paint, it's not punchy enough for us yet, so we still need to attack that again. Also, I would like to highlight some more lines of the car, but I'll do that at the very end by doing some custom light painted exposures where it's merely lighting sections of the car and intentionally creating shadows. Okay, so nice and high. So 3-4 feet higher than before. Okay, you ready? Now I want you to start at a corner, makes for a neater highlight. Just move towards the front of the car. Okay, starting from there. Ready, set, go. Nice and fast. Nice and fast, nice and fast. And slow down. Because I want to burn more light on the roof line than I do on the side of the car. The side of the car, because of the angle it's at against the light, it's illuminating quite a lot. So I need to balance the two a little bit better. Okay, start backtracking. Okay, stop. Okay, now I've got the roof line lit. However, the lighting on the front nose and the rear of the car has started to suffer. It's compromised a little bit. So I'm going to have to blend exposures between this one and the previous exposures. Now I'm going to start being more creative. I'm going to start playing with the light and the shadow a little bit more. Rather than having this very safe, soft lighting, I want to start being a little bit more creative and having more harsher lights. So, Thomas, can you please have the light angled down, a little bit more angled down, and have the light even higher? Yeah, and can you go even further away from the car? Now you're not going to have to do a full lap. So go as high, bring the light nice and high. And can you start around the staircase, around the workshop? So just go further back. Yeah, that's it. Just keep going in that direction. Just keep going in that direction. Okay, just stop there. Now, I'm going to get you to do a lap, but I'm going to intermittently tell you to stop. Okay? And just go nice and slow for me. Yeah, go to your left. So go clockwise. Go clockwise. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Nice and slow. Slow, 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 slow. Nice and slow. Okay, stop and reverse. Yeah, and just go again. Okay, stop and relax. Okay, so that's given us this beautiful soft bathe of light coming from the other side. It's much more creative. It's not as of a conservative shot, but we can balance this exposure with some of the exposures that we'd taken earlier on. And this is where all that hard work, getting that correct angle and getting the correct light, all comes together and pays off. Okay, Tomas, I'd like you to do that again, but we're going to cover a little bit more coverage. So turn the modeling light back on. Yeah, modeling light back on, and if you can, go even higher. Can you move the light even higher on the stand? Is that the highest you can go? Okay, no worries. So reset, and just go, keep going counterclockwise for us. Keep going, keep going, keep going. No, 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 no. Counterclockwise, the other way. Yeah, keep coming. Now keep coming around this way. So you're wrapping around the car. Yeah, that's it. That's it, that's it. Keep going, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Okay, starting from there. Okay, now we're just going to do one lap, 30 seconds. Ready? Yeah, one light. And go. You don't need to go that fast, really, 30 seconds. So go back now and reverse. Go back and reverse, reverse, reverse. Okay, stop. Okay, beautiful, really nice looking light. So I like the exposure of the background the most previously, 9254, but I like the nose of this new exposure, 9255. We need to try to create some shadow. So I'm going to create some shadow that casts from the top right hand corner of the image, and then I'm going to have one more exposure where I fill in the little details on the left hand side of the car. So Tomas, can you please just do a lap clockwise for us, nice and slow? Just be careful. Okay, just hold that there. Hold that there. Stop, 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 stop. Okay, what I'm going to ask you to do is just snail pace. Snail pace. Move the light backwards. No, other way, that's it. Slow, slow. Okay, stop, come back again, come back again. Just move slower, yeah, and then go back again, go back again. Nice and slow, nice and slow. We just want soft shadows. Okay, go back, go back, go back. That's softening it too much. So we're going to do one more lap after this, and I want you to move like even slower, like snail pace. Because I want sharp shadow lines, but I only want to soften it slightly. Okay, okay, you ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and just hold that. No, 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 stop, 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 stop. Just move like 1 inch every 5 seconds. That's it. So I'm trying to create a strong shadow which grounds the car. However, I don't want it to be too harsh because it still needs to blend in with the exposure that we had before. The main exposure I want is where you have this very soft light that's bathing about, maybe about 70 degrees of angle of light against the car. And in order to make a shadow that looks realistic, I need to have a softer shadow than being completely static. And just to cover my base, I'm going to capture a couple more shadow variations. So Tomas, just hold that there. Come closer to the car. Closer, closer, closer. Okay, just hold that there. Can you go a little bit further backwards, like further to your right? Go to your right. Yeah, that's it. I want long shadows, so I'm actually going to get, actually Tomas, go backwards, go towards the big door. Go back towards the big door. Nice and long shadows. Okay, so what this does is this gives it a more natural throw of light. Go back even more. I'm not concerned about the lighting of the car here, I'm just concerned about capturing the right shadow. Okay, so my assistant's gone as far back as he can. And now I'm going to use a wider aperture, f6.3, but that's okay because I'm only capturing a reference of the shadow in this shot. Thanks, Tomas. Just turn it back on and bring it back up when you can. So I'm going to get another exposure where I light the foreground section of the car because it's quite dark in the shadow of the exposure that I want to use, and I'm also going to grab an exposure of the headlights on. Okay, Tomas, I want to do a lap. Let's just do a lap. So just come now towards me. This is just some reference exposures of the shadows. So come towards me. Now go right, side step left, side step left, side step left, side step left. That's it, that's it. That's it. Okay, go as far back away from the car as you can. Move the light as far back, yeah, towards the stairs, towards the stairs. That's it. Okay, hold that there and hold. I'm going to bump the ISO up just a tad to 160 so I can get the necessary exposure. Car looks absolutely shit hot from here. So I'm just grabbing reference exposures because I'm not 100% sure where I want to plot the exposure of the shadows in retouching. So just to cover my bases, I'm just going to grab a couple of references. Okay, that's a little bit too bright. Just to help save on time, I'm dropping the exposure down to 15 seconds. Because we are short on time and we want to make the most of the time we've got. All right, Tomas, can you now move to the back of the car? Perfect. Okay, stop. Now move as far back as you can. Okay, just hold that. Okay, Thomas, can you now come more anti-clockwise? So lighting, that's it, lighting at the back of the car. Just keep going, just keep going. Keep going, keep going. Okay, hold that there. Now straighten it up so it's lighting, yeah, angle it, pivot it a little bit to the left. That's it, just hold that there. Pierre, are you still there? Pierre, are you still there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. I'm going to use you in a sec.
Hit it up?
No, that's fine. Okay, Thomas, can you come over to my left more, to your right? Okay, stop right there. Okay, just swivel it a little bit to the left. Don't move the light, just, yeah, that's it. Just rotating it to the left, 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 just to have more coverage on the right-hand side of the frame. And now bring it to the, swivel it the other way. Swivel it the other way. Okay, perfect. Now, Tomas, can you come down this way towards me and lower the light now?
Lower the light?
Yeah, lower the light. Now we're just going to do the foreground of the car, but we don't want much light. Okay, you ready? Now you're going to go from there towards me. And go. Nice and fast. And because I only want it lit just a little bit, I've adjusted my settings accordingly. Okay, go backwards, Tomas. Ready, set, go. And just keep going until I say stop. And stop. Can you lower your light? Lower the stand. Lower the stand again. Yeah. Okay, ready, set, and go. Okay, turn it off. Off. Okay, so that's done. Now, so for the purposes of shooting this foreground, I'm going to light the foreground using one of the film lights. It's just a tungsten hot light behind me. And I'm going to use that to light the foreground, just because logistically it's very difficult to get the Cirrus light up here, but it does exactly the same thing. Let's see. Yeah, just point it this way a little bit. Yeah, that's it. Just hold that.
Back?
No. Go again. Bring it back here. Too much. Point it the other way. That's it.
Here?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, I'm good with that. I just want to get the headlights on now. Pierre, can you point that light away because I'm going to flare?
Excuse me?
Can you point the light away a bit because I'm going to flare?
Right there?
Yeah, that's better. So I'm just going to grab an exposure at f16 and just bracket some shots of this headlight. So start off with 10 seconds. Even that was a bit too bright, so I'm going to go to 4 seconds. Just as a safety, bring it down to 2 seconds. And again to 0.8 seconds. Now I'm going to do the other extreme and go really bright up to about 15 seconds. Okay, Tomas, can you just smoke the headlights a little? Okay, now with the smoke machine, it's going to make the lights a lot brighter because it captures more light, and that's going to reflect back onto the back onto the camera. So I'm just going to turn the exposure down from 15 seconds to about 6 seconds. Tomas, when you're ready, just fire it up. Do the headlights and do the tail lights as well. Just an overall liberal spray around the front and the back. And then, can you ask the owner, could you please ask him to stab the brakes? Just go for it. Yep, spray the front and back. And Rob, do you want to get the owner to stab the brakes? Get the brake lights on. Yeah, do the front and now do the back. Yeah, go for it. He can be in the shot, it's fine. All right, so Tomas, I need you to really like flap the smoke around. Flap the smoke around. That tail light's not on yet. Tail light's not on, tail light's not, there we go. Okay, Tomas, keep flapping around, keep flapping. Yeah, especially the headlights. Flap those headlights, that's it. Can you have another round of smoke for the tail lights? Closer. Okay, out the shot. Okay, so I'm just grabbing exposures of the headlights and the tail lights, and the smoke just helps us capture the detail. Look at that, that's perfect. I'm done, that's a wrap. So that wraps up that amazing shot. I can't wait to see how it all comes together in post-production. And as you can see, that from that voyeuristic view I had up there, each time Tomas was doing a lap around the vehicle, I was observing the light and observing how it was interacting with the car. And each and every time he did a pass, I was making steps, incremental steps, in having him refine that light. It was a process of elimination where we started off with this very conservative setup, and we started to narrow it down and isolated it down into a more defined and creative lighting setup that's customized for this car and the exact angle that I was looking at, until we finally got ourselves to that magic angle with that magic light. And then I supplemented it by covering all the safe exposures, where I covered the foreground of the car, any sections that I thought was dark, as well as capturing the headlights and the tail lights. I can't wait to see how this shot comes together.